Good morning, and it's time for Coffee and Crochet with Sarah. I hope everyone had just a wonderful Halloween last week. We live up in an area where we have like 5 and 10 acre lots, and we don't get any trick-or-treaters. I was ready though, so I guess I'll have to eat that candy. I won't eat the candy, I'm just kidding. Well, good morning. I hope, like I said, you had a great Halloween. And just in case you don't know, we live video this video on our Facebook page, Posh Pooch Designs. And we do this every Tuesday unless something happens at 9:30. Something dropped. Anywho, we do this every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time. Now, I know there was a time change on Sunday, so I hope that didn't mess you up too much, which is kind of nice that our video's on Tuesday. That way, if you got messed up on Sunday or Monday, it doesn't affect our Tuesday. And of course, I know not everybody does the time change. We do here in Colorado. I don't know why we do. I'm one of those people that just really wishes we wouldn't go back and forth. It totally messes up my dogs. My dogs think it's time to get up and eat breakfast at 5 o'clock in the morning instead of 6. I love getting up early, but not an hour early when I don't have to. We get that extra hour and my dogs just don't understand. Well, anyway, let's get started. I've got my fallish looking cup here. It's kind of fall and winter. This is my Thomas Kinkade cup, and one of my other things that I love is the Thomas Kinkade paintings, just because they're so bright and cheerful. Of course, this one says, a home with warmly lit windows is a resting place for the heart. And to me, I love that. So let's all just clinkety clink clink in. And let's see who's clinking in this morning. Let's see, I see Carol and Karen and Sinead, Crystal, Susan and Tammy, Rachel, and there's Susan again, Joy, Dawn, Tina, and Tina. We have 2 Tinas spelled different. Julie, Jennifer, Dana, Vicky, let's see, Maria, Pat, Rita, Robin. Did I say hello to Dawn? I can't remember, but hello, Dawn. Pam, Lori, Layla, Crystal. Let's see. I got everybody so far. There's Edie. She says it's evening there. Cool. Karen, Alicia. Well, good morning, everyone. It's just been a really fun week here. We're starting to get into our Thanksgiving and Christmas patterns and videos. But before we get into our conversation, we are going to talk a little bit about tension. I got a lot of questions this week concerning tension. And I'm not talking about tension or stress. I'm talking about yarn tension. But I will explain to you how one can affect the other. All right. So, but before we do that, it's November. And that means it's November giveaway time. Now, I'm going to show you what we have to give away for our November monthly giveaway. Every month, in case you don't know what we do, the first Tuesday of each month, I tell you what the giveaway is. And then you have 2 weeks to comment on the video. You can comment on the Facebook video, or you can comment on the video that we put over on YouTube. It's the same video, I just tweak it up a little bit. And everybody's name is put in a random generator. I push it through, and whatever name comes up is the winner. Now, during the year of 2019, if you've already won once, I'll put your name back in and give somebody else a chance. Okie dokie? All right, so what we're going to be giving away, that's what dropped. Hang on 2 seconds. Okay? I knew I heard something drop earlier in the video. So what we have today for our giveaway is you're going to receive 3 skeins of Vanna's Choice. This is called Wheat. It's a worsted weight acrylic number 4 yarn. You'll receive all 3 skeins. See it up close? Isn't that pretty? Perfect for making Christmas gifts. And then you'll also receive a crochet hook so you can crochet with this yarn. And this crochet hook is an ergonomically correct crochet hook. It is a 5.0 millimeter, which is an H in American terms. And that's what you will receive if you win our November giveaway. 3 skeins of Vanna's Choice and a crochet hook so you can make some Christmas or holiday gifts for you or your family. I always say for you or your family because lots of times I make gifts and then I like them so much I keep them. Don't tell me you don't do that. Come on. So this is enough here to make like a hat and a scarf or maybe a cowl. All right, so that's our November giveaway. Comment here, comment on the video at YouTube, and everybody has a chance to win. All right, now 2 weeks from today, I will announce the winner. And I just want you to know, I'm really excited about the December giveaway because I've got some fun stuff planned. All right, I'm going to set that aside. That way the crochet hook doesn't keep falling off my table. All right, before we go into our conversation, I want to show you something. All right, so I'm going to click over to this other screen. And look at that. My YouTube channel has reached 40,000 subscribers. I'm so excited about that. And the reason that I am very excited about that is because the more the merrier. That tells me, oops, I better move that so it doesn't keep ringing. There we go. Well, that tells me that people are still loving crochet, and that is still ringing. Let me see. There we go. We don't want that to keep ringing, do we? Anyway, I thought that was fun. I wanted to show that to you. And so the YouTube channel is at 40,000 subscribers. And what that means to me, not that people think I'm all that amazing, but that they love crochet and they love yarn as much as I do. I think everyone should crochet. I really, really do. There is so much creativity in crochet, and it's just a wonderful art. And you can express yourself, your love of colors and creativity. Anyway, you know what I feel about that. Everybody needs to crochet something. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. All right, let's get started with our conversation. I'm too excited about that now. All right, so I got a lot of questions about tension. Last week we talked a little bit about chains and what all the different loops and bumps are just on the chain. And I got a lot of questions about tension. All right, so I'm going to go over here to my top camera, and I've got some crochet hooks here. And tension and gauge are 2 different things. Gauge, we talked about this a few months ago where we made a gauge swatch, and that determined how tightly we stitch. And yes, tension is about how tightly you stitch, but it also has to do with evenness. Okay, I don't know if evenness is a word, but how even you crochet. And there's a lot of different things that play into that. One of them is how you hold your crochet hook, and also what crochet hook you're holding, as well as how you hold your yarn. So I've got a couple of crochet hooks. I've got 3 here. I guess 3 is few, not a couple. And it can determine how tightly you hold that crochet hook by different handles and different styles. This one is a Susan Bates. It's a G hook, and you can see how the hook is different than this style. And this is a boy style, B-O-Y-E. This one's got the ergonomically correct handle on it, and you can see that they're different. They're different in style. And where the measurement is taken is off this part of the crochet hook. This one is an H, this one is a G, so this one is a little bit smaller, of course. And then we have this one. This is my favorite style because I have short fingers and mine fit perfectly on this style. Okay, so another thing that plays a factor into how tightly or loosely our tension is how we hold our crochet hook. A lot of people will hold it like a pencil and put their hand underneath the crochet hook. This is not my favorite style because this way of crocheting can cause lots of issues right here in your wrist because it's kind of an unnatural. But if you're comfortable with that, you do that, okay? I'm not telling you there's any way that you have to hold your crochet hook. I'm just explaining to you the difference, okay? Another way to crochet is what they call the knife, and it's like this. My style is kind of like not either one of those. All right, so when I begin, here's my slip knot. I always like to use my fingers. Some people like to use their hook. The way I crochet is like this. It's kind of a cross between the pencil and the knife. It's my own style. I learned this years and years ago, and it's just the way I do it. And how you move that yarn on the crochet hook will determine how even your stitches are. Some people will wrap and then pull, wrap and then pull. I don't do that. I let my hook do the work. All right, so that can determine your tension. Another thing is how you hold the yarn in your other hand. All right, whether you're left-handed or right-handed, these things do apply. And again, you've got to do what's most comfortable for you. Now, I wrap the yarn across this finger like this, and then I hold it like this. Okay, let me show you. This is the way I do it. A lot of people will wind this through their pinky, and that's fine too. And that will determine also the tightness of your tension. All right, so that's kind of the mechanics of your tension. But there's more to it than just the mechanics of your tension. Another factor is what's going on around you. I'm going to scoot back over to the center of the screen. Yes, the crochet hook, how you hold that crochet hook, and how you hold that yarn in your other hand does all three play a factor in your tension. But there are some other things that play a factor in your tension. Another thing is the tension or stress that's going on around you. And I know we've talked about this before as well. If you're watching a really scary movie and you've got your crochet hook up close and you're scared and nervous and okay, that can affect your tension. Or if you're watching just a wonderful love story or maybe a Hallmark Christmas one, those are my favorite. You can just work along. Another thing that I really love watching while I'm crocheting is the Food Network's challenges where they do the Halloween baking challenge or the fall baking challenge or the holiday baking challenge. I love those, and I'll just crochet away while I'm watching. So if I'm tensed up or I'm stressed up, you're gonna stitch tighter. But if I'm just relaxed and then my stitching is going to be a little looser. And sometimes you'll be crocheting away and you'll realize that your crochet stitches started here and now they're way down here because you tightened up. You tightened that stitch. Okay? So, things happening in your life. Maybe you're mad at a friend or a friend hurt your feelings and that's on your mind. That can affect your stress and can affect your tension. Everything that we do around us affects that. Okay, a good example is you take your kids to the park. They're having the best time and you're crocheting along. And then all of a sudden you see a family over there yelling at each other. Okay, so you're crocheting along, you're having fun watching your kids. And then a family over there starts freaking out and yelling at each other. That affects your stress and you're worried. Is everything going to be okay? Then they go away and then you're back to watching your kids and your stress is calmed down. And so all of those things play a factor in the tension of your stitches, of your chains, and all of your crochet. All right? So just let's bottom line this. How you hold your hook can affect your tension. How you hold that yarn in the other hand, whether you're right or left-handed, can affect your tension. The stress and what's going on in your life, what you're watching, what you're listening to, music can affect your stress as well. My husband loves the classics, but a lot of like the Beethoven and the Mozart is, I got a hair on my lip, can be very stressful, da, 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 and then I stress up. But then if I'm listening to something more like Handel's Messiah or something like that, where it's a little more calming, yes, we're a musical family, we love music, then I'll relax, So those things do play a part in the tension of your stitches. And of course, your surroundings, what's going on around you. You may not be involved in that family over there that's fighting, but it will affect your stress. So keep all of those things in mind. But I'm going to tell you, the bottom line when it comes to tension and even gauge is practice. You need to just relax, be in the moment, and practice. One of the things that crochet does for me is it takes me out of the other things that are going on in my life. We're stressed out. We got a bunch of Christmas things to pick up. We have meals to plan for Thanksgiving and other things, family get-togethers, parties, birthdays, and we can set those things aside. We can pick up that yarn and that hook, and we can just concentrate on what we're making and push aside the other things in life, even for 15-20 minutes. And it can be extremely healing for you. And I tell people this all the time because within a short few years, I lost both my mother and my precious oldest sister. And then, of course, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. And a lot of those things weighed me down, but I would steal away to my favorite spot on my back deck on I have a futon out there, and I would just crochet and concentrate on what I was making, and I could put aside those stresses in my life, those things that were bothering me, and that's why I tell people everyone should crochet because it is so healing. All right. And so that's what I have to say about tension. It takes practice. And so you need to just relax, shut out the world for a few minutes, 15, 20 minutes, and just crochet. All righty. So let's talk about what's new this week at Posh Pooch Designs. I had so much fun this week getting ready for some holidays and making some fun things. One of the things I want to show you is the, I guess it's on this side. Is the houndstooth scarf. Now, I wrote this pattern back in 2012, and I did it in black and white, and I really, really loved it. And I thought, oh, wouldn't it be fun? Because I wanted to make a hat to match. So I designed that pattern back in 2012. We updated it and did a photo tutorial. We did a video and updated the pattern. So it's on Ravelry, and it's on YouTube, and it's also on my blog if you want to do it. Now, there is a hat that matches coming. We finished up the test last night, and I'm working on some just wording on the pattern, and I hope to have that ready for you next Monday. So you can make a matching hat to go with the houndstooth scarf. Isn't that adorable? I love it in red. It's really classy in the black. Black and white because it's really classy. And, black and white is very classy, and it looks really nice, but I really love it in the red and white as well. All right, that happened yesterday. Then on Friday, we did the little pilgrim hat. And a lot of people have said, oh, I wish it was big enough to wear. Well, it fit me. No, it won't. These are just for decoration. I have my little pumpkins, and I always, after Halloween's over, I'll set my little hat on it, and it becomes a nice little Thanksgiving decoration. Now, I make them in the black, but the pattern the yarn is very difficult to see in black. And so I did the video in gray, and I like it also. It's cute too. One thing about these is they make really fun photo props. So make a bunch, make your family put them on and take pictures, or whoever comes over for Thanksgiving, family and friends, and take silly pictures. One thing I like to do is I like to make one and set them on each plate, whoever's sitting at the dinner table. And you can take a little, note or whatever and put their name on it, or you could embroider their name on it. And then when they go home that day from your wonderful meal, whether it's Thanksgiving or just a fall get together, they can take one of these home as a reminder of how much fun they had at your get together. So that's why these are super fun. And they do fit the American Girl dolls, by the way. All right, so that happened. Let me set those aside. And then the other thing is one of my favorite things I've ever designed, just because it's super fun and easy, get them going the right direction, is the candy cane doily. Now, someone asked me if this makes a good washcloth. You can make it in cotton if you want to make it a washcloth, but in my opinion, it's just too big. But they do look nice with candy dishes, and they're big enough to use as placemats as well. This one I did in cranberry and an off-white, and this one I did in bright green and bright white, and then this one I just did with red and white, and I didn't put the edges on, because you don't have to put these candy edges on if you don't want them. And you can use this as a placemat. And just a little FYI, I do have a coaster pattern, hoping to get that out in the next day or two, because it's really, really simple to go with this. So if you want to use this as a placemat, you can also have a little coaster to match, or you can just use the coasters for fun. All right, so I do plan on getting that out. This is super easy. It is a free crochet pattern that I wrote probably 4 or 5 years ago. We updated the pattern. I've got a photo tutorial for each row and the ends. And then it's also a brand new video that we just put out last week. So, and just to kind of give you a note of what we've been trying to do, I've been writing patterns for many, 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 many years. And so what we're trying to do is to take a lot of my older patterns, update them with new pictures, update the wording, because wording has changed in the last, 10 years of how patterns are written. And so we're trying to change the wording to be more understanding, so that people understand a little more how to read them, and then do photo tutorials. And then when the photo tutorial is finished, we're going in and doing a brand new video. And it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. And I love seeing my older patterns have new life. Because when you write a whole lot of patterns, a lot of those things, because there's just so much out there, people don't see them. So when you give them new life, then they see them and like, oh, that's so fun. And one thing I've always tried to do is I have some, difficult patterns, but I mostly make patterns that are within the easy to medium range, because I want as many people as possible to crochet, right? Because my love of crochet and yarn, right? All right, so just to keep you in the know of that. And I've had lots of people ask me, can you make this? Can you make that? And so I write those things down. I make lists. We try to fit them in where we can. And, there's only so many days, in the month. And so we try to plan everything out. And also we have everything planned out through the first of the year. And I've even gone ahead and done some planning for January. And I can't believe I'm thinking about January, because it seemed like yesterday it was just January 2019. So this year has flown by, and it's been lots of fun. All right, now, before I let you go, there's a couple more things I want to show you. I have the best husband in the whole wide world. Saturday, I asked him if he wanted to go with me to Joann's, and he is a wonderful man because he loves to go yarn shopping with me. And I found these, and I had not seen them. Someone had mentioned them. And these are Thick and Quick Mandala, or Mandela, however you want to say them, cakes. All right. I found these two. They are called Labyrinth. They are bulky 6. And there are 5.3 ounces on them. Isn't this beautiful? I want you to see it up close. Check that out. All right. So my husband and I I like to go to Joann's because I like to walk through and see what's new. And we spotted these. And I'm telling you, my husband was looking at die lots, looking at names, and helping me pick two that looked similar. Where, you know, sometimes you get the same colorway, but they aren't wound similar, and then it kind of gets your project off. We were looking for ones that were wound similar and had the same die lot and everything else. I'm telling you, he is a great, great husband. I could not, he has always supported me. He is my technical guy. I've had people message me and ask me, how did you do that? Sometimes I go, I don't know. My husband, he's the one who taught me about the green screen and all these other things that I've been adding and doing. And so he is the best. But I wanted to tell you about this new yarn, and I have a pattern for this in mind, but that's going to be a January pattern. So when, I don't know about you, but when people ask what I want for Christmas, my reaction is, do you not know where they buy yarn at? You know, or where to get yarn at? I mean, you know, so if you get a bunch of yarn for Christmas, I got you covered because I'm already planning for January. The other thing I wanted to show you is these buttons. Last year, everybody was making the water globe ornaments by Repeat Crafter Me. I made a bunch. They are absolutely gorgeous and easy, and so much different things that you can do with them. Well, I went to Hobby Lobby, I went to Joann's, I went to Michael's. I could not find these buttons, and this is the nativity buttons. See if I can hold those still so you can see them. See them? And I saw online that everybody had them, and I could not find them, and so I never found them last year. I even tried to order them online. They were out of stock. Okay, so I'm just, I don't go to Walmart that often. My Walmart's not very good. Sorry if that hurts anyone's feelings, but my Walmart just isn't very good when it comes to the yarn aisle and the craft department. And so I thought, well, I'll just walk through there, see if they, you know, got anything new. Sometimes they have a new end cap with some fun yarn. And then I looked over and I saw what they call a little sidekick, and they're those cardboard rectangles, and they had Christmas buttons. And I thought, ooh, because I always buy like this big old bag of Christmas buttons because I just love Christmas buttons. And I looked up and they had these. And you can, I don't know, they don't have the price on here. I believe they were $1.97 each for a bag. And so I grabbed the last two that they had at my Walmart. So don't go to my Walmart and get these. They won't be there. But I thought I would give you a heads up that these have been at Walmarts around the country. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to make some more of those because I didn't get any made with the nativity on them. I mean, I made some beautiful ones with trees and, you know, Santas and lots of fun Christmas and holiday things, but I didn't get the nativity one. So I thought I'd give you a heads up on that one. And the last thing I want to leave you with is if you have a Joann's Crafts near you, I always forget that they have so much fun yarn there. And a lot of times when you can't find it at Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Walmart, I don't have AC Moore, excuse me, I'm talking too much again. There we go. Nearby, but I do have other ones nearby, and I can never, ever, ever find fun yarns. And when you go to Joann's, you can find some of the funnest yarns, and they're really good about getting a lot of the new yarns, whether it's Lion Brand or Red Heart Yarnspirations, or even their own brand. And they had their, is it Big Twist? They had their Big Twist really cheap last week. So I think it was like $1.50 or something. But I didn't need any basic colors, as you can see. I have lots of basic colors. And so I didn't purchase any, but it was a really good price if you have a Joann's near you. And also I saw that they had a, okay, so what she did for me when I bought my yarn is I had a 25% off total purchase. Then she gave me the 40% off one item and an additional, is it 20 or 25% off a second item. And my Joann's is really good about taking all the other stores' coupons. And then they have a bunch as well. And they have them like right up by the register, and they just scan them for you. And so I ended up only spending about $24, and I bought probably almost $35 to $50. I can't remember exactly, worth of things there. So just a FYI, if you have a Joann's, go there. All right, I'm going to let you go. I know I did a lot of talking. My voice is dry. Don't forget to comment here to get in on our November giveaway for 3 skeins or skeins or however you want to say it of our Vanna's Choice, and then the ergonomic H hook, which is a 5.00 millimeter. And remember, comment on Facebook, comment on YouTube on this video, and you're entered. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I will give you the results, and then it will be almost time for our December giveaway, which I'm super excited about. Alrighty. So I hope that everyone has a really, really fun week this week. You do lots of crocheting, and tell your friends all about our YouTube channel. You can share this video all you want to, and let people know that we love crochet and we love yarn. And the last thing I want to say is I can't do this without you. Thank you. Have a good week, everybody.